Welcome to World Mission Topics, Lesson 2, The Danger of Anger. The lesson text is coming out of Ephesians chapter 4, verses 26 through 27, Proverbs chapter 16, verse 32, James chapter 1, verses 19 through 20, Genesis chapter 4, verses 4 through 8, 1 Samuel chapter 18, verses 7 through 13, Matthew chapter 2, verse 16. The memory verse, Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath, neither give place to the devil. And that's Ephesians chapter 4, verses 26 and 27. The key terms for today's lesson: danger, anger, jealousy. Danger, the possibility of suffering harm or injury, a person or thing that is likely to cause harm or injury. Anger, a strong feeling of annoyance, displeasure, or hostility, a strong feeling of being upset or annoyed because of something wrong or bad, the feeling that makes someone want to hurt other people, to shout, etc., the feeling of being angry. Jealousy, the state or feeling of being jealous. Jealous resentment against a rival, a person enjoying success or advantage, etc., or against another's success or advantage itself. Mental uneasiness from suspicion or fear of rivalry. Unfaithfulness. Suggested emphasis, ruling your spirit. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh the city. Your spirit can sustain your infirmities or destroy you. It is controlling the impulses of your spirit to where you do not allow it to cause you to sin. There is natural rule of your spirit, but we are talking about spiritual rule to the glory of God. And that's found in Hebrews chapter 3, verses 12 through 13. Moses did not rule his spirit perfectly. One burst of anger led to disobedience, and that's found in Numbers chapter 20, verses 1 through 13. Your spirit is you, and you are called to rule it. Ruling it is maturity. Not ruling it will bring destruction. Emphasis 1. Cain. And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering, but unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother, and slew him. Cain's anger caused him to murder his brother, and that's found in Genesis chapter 4, verses 4 through 8. Cain murdered his brother because he allowed jealousy and anger to overcome his spirit. Let us learn from this. Both Cain and Abel knew what God expected. Cain fell short, and when chastised by God, he committed a terrible act. Cain was exiled, so please understand that there are consequences of allowing anger to rule your spirit. Even with this, God still demonstrated his love by sending Cain to Nod for a fresh start. Emphasis 2. King Saul. And the women answered one another as they played and said, Saul hath slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s. And Saul was very wroth. And the saying displeased him, and he said, They have ascribed unto David 10,000s, and to me they have ascribed but thousands. And what can he have more but the kingdom? And Saul eyed David from that day and forward. And it came to pass on the morrow that the evil spirit from God came upon Saul, and he prophesied in the midst of the house. And David played with his hand, as at other times, and there was a javelin in Saul's hand. And Saul cast the javelin, for he said, I will smite David even to the wall with it. And David avoided out of his presence twice. And that's 1 Samuel chapter 18, verses 7 through 11. Saul let jealousy and anger push him to bad delusions, poor judgment, and ultimately destruction. Consider the following people who were hurt because of the king's out of control emotions. David, a faithful servant who was unwilling to hurt the king even when given the opportunity. Jonathan, Saul's son, who became a target for his father's spear due to his friendship with David. Ahimelech, the priest, who was murdered for helping David while thinking he was helping Saul. The priest of Nob, innocent men killed because of Saul's angry tirade against Ahimelech. People of Israel, citizens left in harm's way as their king focused military attention on David. Let us learn from Saul how out of control anger hurts others and negatively impacts your outcomes. Let us pay careful attention to how we handle those situations that make us angry. Emphasis 3. King Herod. Then Herod, when he saw that he was mocked of the wise men, was exceeding wroth, and sent forth and slew all the children that were in Bethlehem, and in all the coasts thereof, from 2 years old and under, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. And that's found in Matthew chapter 2, verse 16. Wroth means to be intensely angry. King Herod, when he heard about Jesus, King of the Jews, he sent wise men to gather information. The wise men saw the young child and worshipped him, but they were warned by God not to return to Herod. Herod exhibited why anger is dangerous. He ordered the execution of children so that no king would be greater than him. And that's found in Matthew chapter 2, verses 2 through 12. This story is a reminder to all believers, don't let a type of Herod abort your purpose. Many will be angry regarding God's purpose in your life. Don't get distracted. Missions application questions. Number 1. Why is uncontrolled anger dangerous for the believer? Number 2, in all 3 emphasis points, we see that jealousy was a factor. What are your other takeaways from the 3 emphasis points? Number 3, have you had a situation where your spirit caused you to do things that were harmful to others? What did you learn from that experience? World Missions Prayer Points. Pray that even in times of anger that we do not sin. Pray that we grow in grace daily and that we rule our spirit so that God gets the glory. The end. God bless you and thank you for joining me today.